What are some of the like just most incidental, biggest surprises you've had in going different places? Like places that you might think you might not have liked so much, and then it ended up you really did.
Tokyo,
or vice versa.
Tokyo,
you know?
Have you been?
I have.
When you step off the plane in Tokyo, you step out into the city. It's like a giant pinball machine.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what's that square where the 5 roads meet?
Shibuya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I think I should hide in my hotel like Bill Murray in the movie, right?
And because you've seen the absolute sea of humanity crossing every time the traffic light. You've seen that 100 times.
And
you know?
it's intimidating.
Yeah.
And when you realize there's like 100 of those squares in that city.
Yeah.
And what is the center? What's happening? It's a pinball machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until you have your first meal.
Yeah.
And you realize how perfect it is. And the lesson that you get rather quickly is, oh, I can't control the outside, but I can control the inside.
Yeah.
On every level.
Yeah.
I take what I can control and I make it as perfect and beautiful as possible.
Yes.
That's the culture.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I got it. So that was the first big surprise to me.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been to that part of the world at all. That was the first time.
Did you like Japanese food pretty well?
Love.
Yeah, see, me too. I'll
love
every bit of it.
But by the way, we're lucky. If you like sushi,
yeah,
we're in L.A.
with one of the best sushi towns in the world.
I don't think I had better sushi in Tokyo than I've had at the best places here.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many amazing spots.
Yeah.
Do you want to say your favorite?
I still really like, well, there's some really good ones. There's a little one, I live in Burbank. There's a little one in a strip mall in Burbank called Nishiya.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
I don't.
It is in the back corner of a little strip mall, and it is literally a mom and pop business.
I love it.
A mom and pop omakase. And you tell them, you know, you have any particular things you do or don't like? Bring it to me. And then they feed you till you're full. And you say, okay, stop. You know, but there's no busboy. There's just the man and his wife, and and they got to close down for a month because they go back to Japan. You know, it's just, so that's like
that's what's great.
But as fancy one goes, I still Matsuhisa on La Cienega.
First place I ever had sushi in L.A.
It's
in 1989.
So fantastic.
It is still great.
There's first place. They have a crab kamameshe that we got once, which is like a kind of almost like a porridge, like a clay pot rice thing with crab in it, and that just
spectacular.
One of those things. Like one of those dishes that you just remember for the rest of your life.
Have you been to Sushi Zo? So there's one in Cheviot Hills and there's one downtown now.
Okay.
Spectacular.
I'll remember, yeah. Because my son's the one. My son, I cannot say to my son, hey, have you heard about this new, Congolese rice porridge place? And he'll be like, yeah, I know that, yeah. I was there.
I'm going to an Indian-Italian mashup in Silver Lake tonight.
What? Wow.
Yeah. Where like the rigatoni is in
a
chicken
curry.
masala.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah, it does sound good. It sounds like a fridge cleaning exercise. You know what I mean?
I hear it totally works.
Yeah. I can't see why not. Yeah, it's, sauces on starches,
Yeah, and then a curry like sauce pizza.
Yeah.
They have it.
See, that's I love the mashups. I just love that you love food so much, because I just don't understand people. I mean, and I probably love it too much, but I just don't understand people that don't. It's like not liking sex or something.
Yeah, Lou Schneider used to say, "Oh, you don't like music? How do you feel about colors?"
Yeah. I just don't understand. It's like one of the things we gotta do. Why not
enjoy it?
Yeah, why not search out every little nook and cranny of it to make it interesting and make you feel alive and make you feel like, the alpha species on Earth. Like nobody else is. Listen, nobody else.
Selfishly, I automatically, because I love to travel, my favorite thing about traveling is the food I'm going to eat. And I plan my trips around where I'm going to eat. If I hear a place doesn't have good food, just forget the show, just life, I'm not going.
Right.
Because that's the main thing I want to do is taste that culture.
Absolutely.
But then I realized it's universal. It's everyone. Everyone. We all got to eat, first of all. And I've yet to meet a culture that hasn't told me nobody eats like we do. You come to our house, you're really good. We're Greek.
We have the most refined palates on earth.
We're Greek, and you don't see any space between the dishes on the table. Right?
Yeah.
Or we're Italian. You know we're going to eat. Oh, we're Chinese. You've never seen a banquet like this. Oh, we're Jewish. We're going to feed you till you die.
We're Puerto Rican.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're Ghanaian. Who says this? Everyone. It's especially when you're doing a scene with people and you want to hear about them and their culture. The food is this great connector, and then laughs are the cement. That's what we find, right? That if we share a meal, and if it's good, we're already a little happier than when we came in, and then if we laugh, now we're friends.
Right.
So that's the whole thing.
Plug the new version of the show because it's
called Somebody Feed Phil. It's on Netflix. There's 5 seasons out right now, and a 6th one is coming in the fall.
And a book. Correct.
The companion book with recipes are 60 most requested recipes from around the world. It's going to be one of the great cookbooks, not because of me, but because we got the best chefs in the world to all give us recipes.
Oh, I got to get that.
You got to get that.
Do you cook?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No. And people say, how do you have a food thing? And I said, well, listen, I meet the great chefs in the world that came out of sitcom.
Right.
So we all contribute in our way.
That's right.
And I couldn't be a bigger fan of theirs. They need me. They like me because I love them.
Right. I love to cook.
Oh, good for you.
I cook. I
have such respect for anyone who can. It
can be almost like a meditative thing. And there's some times when I am not necessarily feeling down, but just like, I don't know, there's stress, anxiety, don't know what to do with myself, and I'll just be like, I'm making a curry.
Nice.
And then you have, I live my daughter's with me half the time, but so there are times I do now, like I will have curry then for 4 meals, but it's like it's pretty good, and like curry gets even better as you leave it in the fridge.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love these foods, the street foods, the foods that came from necessity.
Yeah.
Those are the most delicious because they have to be.
Absolutely. And what I love too, and you learn, this is something that you see so much with shows like yours, all this fancy schmancy, you got to have this thing, you got to have this machine, you got to have that. Some of the best food in the world is made by people that cut things on their thumb.
That's right.
With a knife that's 60 years old.
Yeah. And they
cook it in basically an aluminum bucket. It's like you don't need fancy stuff to make delicious food. You can have any, like I say, the best cooks in the world are cooking on the cheapest stuff that you get at the dollar store.
$1 is what a bowl of cow soy costs in Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
At a shack.
Yeah.
Maybe I always talk about it. It's maybe the most delicious thing I've ever had in my friggin' life.
Yeah.